Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to join related data sources. One of the fundamental principles of good data design is spreading your data out so that individual tables store information about a particular business entity. For example, you might have one table that stores information about customers. That could include their customer ID number, the name of the customer, the state the customer comes from, and so on. In this video, I'll be showing you how to bring data from related tables into Tableau and connect the tables using fields that they have in common. I have an Excel workbook open that has 3 worksheets. So I'm currently looking at the customers worksheet. I also have the orders worksheet. So on the bottom here, if I click orders, you can see the orders worksheet, and then also have a sheet for products. So I'm going to go back into the customer worksheet. The customers worksheet consists of customer related information. So we have the customer ID, the customer type, customer name, and then the customer state. And if I take a look at the second sheet, which is the orders sheet, you can see that we have related information about the order. So we've got the order number, order date, order type, customer ID, product ID, and we also have the quantity in relation to the order. From the orders table, notice I've also got a customer ID. For example, if I wanted to find out which customer placed a particular order, I can find that out using the customer ID. So from the orders table, I've got the customer ID. For example, if I want to find out who customer 1574 is, I go back to the customers table. I look for 1574. I can tell that customer 1574 was Marigold Spencer. So from there, I can tell which particular customer placed an order. I've also got a worksheet on the bottom here called products, which contains product related information. The products table contains a product ID, and if I go back to the orders table, you can see that the orders table also has a product ID. I'm going to connect to an Excel data source. The visualization you can see here is from the previous video. So I'm going to click on this icon here, and that will give me options to connect to a data source. So I'm going to select Microsoft Excel. The data I want to connect to is this workbook called Join Example. So I'm going to double click on it. I have now connected to the Excel workbook from Tableau. You can see the name of the workbook here is called Join Example. And the workbook consists of 3 worksheets. So you can see the sheets listed here. We've got the customers sheet, the orders worksheet, and the products worksheet. The sheets are also represented as tables. So I'm going to drag the tables into this box here that says tables. So I'll start off with the customers table. I drag that and drop that there. Next, I'm going to drag over the orders sheet. I just drag that and drop that there. And if I just let go, you can see that Tableau has detected that there is a relationship between the 2 tables via their customer ID. So both tables have an identical column or field called the customer ID column. So that's where the relationship is established via those common columns. Tableau has established the relationship. You can edit it if you want to. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to click on the X here to exit out. Next, I'm going to drag over the final sheet or table. Just drag that to this side here and let go. And as you can see, Tableau has detected there is a relationship between the products table and the orders table. And the relationship is established because they both have an identical column or field called product ID. So we've got the product ID in the orders table, and then we have a product ID in the products table. So I don't want to edit the relationship, so I'm just going to click to X out. I have now brought in some data into Tableau. So on the bottom here, we have a summary of the data. I'm going to click on the sheet 1 here. On the left here, we can see that I'm connected to 2 data sources. And you can see here, I have a tick next to sheet 1 because it is connected and looking at the workbook called sample data, which has this visualization. This was from the previous video. I want to switch to the data I've just connected to, which is in a worksheet called join example. So I'm going to click on that, and that will show me the details from that worksheet. You can see this is the name of the worksheet I'm currently looking at. It has 3 tables: customers tables, orders tables, and products table. I have created a sheet number 2 by clicking on this sign here. So this plus sign here creates a new sheet. So that's what I clicked on, and it's giving me a new sheet here. I'm going to create some visualization in this sheet number 2 for the data source I have connected to. So I'm going to be selecting some fields here from the tables to create visualization from. So I'm going to start with the customer type. I'm going to drag that and drop that here. And then from the products table, I'm going to drag over the products category. I'm going to drop it right on the top here. And then from the orders table, I'm going to grab the orders count and drag that and drop that into this data area here. We can see that the table contains a count of orders broken down by the product category for both business and individual customers. I can represent the data in a different type of visuals. For example, I can click on that and that will give me a better representation, or choose that. So there are different formats you can use to visualize your data. So looking at the visual representation of the data, we can see that the individuals ordered more of the products than the business. To save your Tableau workbook, just click on the file option here and click save as, and then select the destination where you want to save it. You can see you're saving it as a Tableau workbook, which has a .twb file extension, and then you can give it a name. I've given the workbook a name. I've called it join data. I'll click save.